All right, so we will begin sitting on our mats, cross-legged. Any comfortable seated position. So if you prefer to tuck your legs behind you and sit on your knees, that's fine too. You want to be sitting on both hips. You want your back to be long and tall. Sometimes it helps actually to sit on a pillow or a cushion here, so you can certainly do that. Letting your knees drop open, let your hands just rest in your lap. Closing your eyes, allow your shoulders to relax down away from your ears. And begin taking nice breaths in through your nose, out through your nose. So as you inhale and exhale through your nose like that, long, steady inhales, long, steady exhales. You'll start to slow your heart rate. You'll notice the breaths become longer and slower. Start to quiet your mind. As you exhale, try to let go of any external thoughts from the day, letting go of work, of family, of stress. This time is yours. This hour is really important for you, just to focus on you. Take a moment to be grateful for yourself for stepping foot on the mat this evening, for taking the time take care of yourself, your mind, your body, your whole self. You can keep your eyes closed right now if you'd like, and just release your head down to one side. It doesn't matter which. Just let that ear drop towards the shoulder, feeling a stretch in the opposite side of the neck. Roll your head down through center, bringing your chin towards your chest, and pause there. So just your head is dropped, your shoulders are still tall and back. And then roll your head to the other side, bringing that ear to that shoulder. And bring your head back up to center. And turn your head a couple of times, side to side, over one shoulder, over the other shoulder. Back to center. Inhale, extend your arms up, opening your eyes, bringing your gaze up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring your hands behind your body, pressing your hands into the mat, just opening up the chest, pulling the shoulders gently back. Then release that. Walk your hands forward. Let your head drop down, and let your back round over. Feel a stretch in the hips, the back. Okay, walk yourself back up. Take an inhale, extend those arms up. As you exhale, twist, placing your hand behind the body and the opposite hand on the thigh rather than on the knee. Think about gently pulling that back shoulder back, opening the chest, and take a deep breath here. Notice it's hard to breathe into a twist. It's good. It's exercising our lungs. Let it go. Take one more breath. Letting it go. Good. Come back to center. Inhale again. Extend the arms up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Hand on the thigh. Other hand behind the back. Again, taking a couple of nice, long, deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling. Come back to center. And if your legs are crossed, switch the cross of your legs. Probably feels a little weird. It feels real weird on me. Doesn't help that my hips are crooked, so it's real awkward. It's good that it'd be awkward sometimes. Inhale, extend those arms up, and then walk the hands forward again on the mat, letting your head drop down. It's a good idea to try to do this opposite cross, whatever that is for you, periodically. I don't do it often enough, because it's really uncomfortable for me. And that's exactly why we should do it, right? Go ahead and bring yourself back up. Extend your legs out in front of you. Flexing the feet up. Good. Bring the arms up, grow tall, pull the shoulders down away from the ears, lengthen through the spine, trying to sit up nice and tall. I want you to try to keep your back long here, your spine long, flexing your feet. If your knees are bent a little bit, that's okay if you have tight hamstrings. Inhale, as you exhale, think about hinging from your hips, reaching the hands forward, 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 like someone's taking your hands and pulling you forward. And then let the hands drop. But notice my body is still lifted, my chest is still lifted because I want my back to be straight. What that's doing is helping to stretch out these lower vertebrae. If you just drop here, you tend to just compress and you're not getting as much of a stretch. Especially those of you who sit or stand all day, which is like all of us, this can get really tight. So I want you to think about lengthening out of that low spine, lifting, 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 like someone's pulling you at an angle from the crown of your head. And now go ahead and let that go. Let the head drop, let the back round. If you can grab hold of ankles, calves, feet, or toes, you can certainly deepen the stretch that way. If your knees are bent, go ahead and just work to straighten them, starting to build that hamstring flexibility. Good, and then go ahead and just bring yourself up. Awesome, come on to hands and knees. I'm not sure there's ever a practice that we don't do cow-cat. It's just so good. So if you have issues on your knees, what you want to do is make sure you're not like kind of on your kneecap. It's just more on your shins. That's one thing. And make sure it's padded enough. So you could roll up your mat, kind of double it up. You could put a blanket. I'm on foam here, so it's nice and soft. If you have carpeting, you could be on there. So make sure that your knees are safe. So as you inhale, we always start with the base of the spine, with the tailbone. The pelvis presses down, the chest lifts, the head comes up last, looking straight in front of you. And then once again, starting with the tailbone, we pull that up, pull the belly button into the spine, really press into the hands as your head looks towards your belly button. So we inhale as we press the pelvis down, this is cow, and then we exhale as we arch the back up. Cat, because it's like a cat with its back up. So always moving to your own pace, your own breath. Inhaling and exhaling, seeing if you can match the breath to the movement. All right, so we're going to add the arms and or the legs to this. I want you to try to keep the same breath pattern, the same speed, and the same back movement, okay? So the spine is going to keep doing the same thing. You're not going to take away, you're just going to add. So as you inhale next time, extend that right leg behind you, and then as you exhale, pull that knee in towards your nose. As you inhale, extend it behind. As you exhale, nose to knee, pressing up, still arching the back. Last time with the leg, inhale, exhale. Put that knee down and just do one without anything, inhaling and exhaling. And then we're going to add the left arm. So as you inhale, that arm extends out. As you exhale, that arm draws into your body. Inhale, it reaches out. Exhale to draw in. Last time like this. Inhale. Exhale. Now, see if you can do them both. So as you inhale, right leg, left arm come out. As you exhale, they draw towards one another, back arches. Inhale, they extend. If this is too much, put one or the other down and just do one at a time. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Last time, this time you're going to go out and hold it. So either just your leg or your arm and your leg are reaching away from one another. I want you to tap the right foot to the floor and lift. Tap it down and lift for 3, 2, Good, place the knee down, place the hand down, reach the arms out in front of you. Sit back on your heels in child's pose. Let your head melt down to the mat. Breathe into the back. Good, rising back up. So we're going to do the same thing on this side, all right? 3 with nothing, 3 with the leg, 3 with the arm, and then 3 with both together, and the 4th one we're going to hold, all right? So inhale, exhale. And if you're moving faster than me or slower than me, that's fine. We all just breathe at our own pace. After you've done 3, just finding that breath rhythm and that spinal movement, add the left leg. As you inhale, it extends behind. As you exhale, it draws in, the back arches up. Inhale. Always starting the movement with the tailbone. Always ending the movement with the head. That was 3. Place that down. And then we're going to work the right arm. Inhale, the arm extends. Exhale, it pulls in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull in. Last time with just the arm. And then the next time, see if you can add the leg as well. Right arm, left leg, extend. Right arm, left leg, come in together. And 2, as you inhale. Exhale. Remember, you can always put the hand down if you're wobbling too much. Totally fine. So go ahead and extend, pull the belly button in, neutralize your spine, and tap the left foot down and lift. For 4, for 3, and 2. Last one. Good. Reach your hands far out in front of you. Curl your toes under you, and now sit back on your heels in puppy pose. Reaching the hands forward, letting the head drop down. Really pressing your tailbone down towards your heels. It won't make it, but that's where the stretch comes in. Palms can be flat, or you can section cut, bringing your fingertips to the mat and your center of your palms up, either way. See what feels good. Bring yourself up. All right, we're going to do a shoulder stretch here before we move on from here. So I want you to reach the right arm up and away, and then thread the needle through. Rest your right ear, your right cheek on the mat, your right arm on the mat. It can be palm up or palm down. And then reach your left arm in front of you, and see if you can square your hips. They probably shifted off to the left-hand side. So see if you can pull them back to the right to bring them to the center. If this is uncomfortable on either shoulder, adjust or come out of it. It should be giving you a nice, comfortable stretch. Good. Gently pull the left hand back to you. Use that to press yourself up. Both hands on the mat. Extend that left arm up as you twist. Reach it through. Thread the needle. Turn your left cheek to the mat. Once again, notice my hips have pushed off to the right. So pull the hips back to center. Stretch the left arm in front of you. Right arm in front of you, sorry. Left arm is out to the side. It can be palm up or palm down, deciding just based on your comfort. And let the weight of your body just gently rest, stretching your shoulder here. Good, slide your right hand back, press up on your right hand. Bring yourself back to tabletop. I'm going to spin so I'm facing you, but you can stay right where you are. Bring your knees right underneath your hips. I'm going to grab a block. If you have a block, a pillow, or a thick book, you can use it. If not, I'll show you how to do it without it. But those of you who have it, I'm going to show you with the block because it's a nice prop. Okay, So knees are right under our hips here. I want you to extend your left leg out to the side, toes are pointing in front of you. The block is going to go next to that right leg. All right? That's going to be for our right hand. You can put your hand on your leg, but there's a tendency to press, and I don't want you to hurt your knee. So I'd rather you put your hand on something or just let your hand dangle in space. Maybe I should do this in Spanish, maybe better. Extend your left arm up overhead, and we're arching over towards that extended leg, and that hand can rest here on the block. Again, technically the pose is on our leg. What I find here is people tend to press on their leg, and I don't want you putting pressure on your knee joint. All of our joints are really delicate, and if you hurt them, it's hard to go back. So I want you to protect your joints at all costs. Breathe into that side body. Good, bring yourself back up. You're gonna teeter-totter over and land on that left hand. Your right hand. Your left hand can be here on your hip, or it can extend up overhead. Option here, challenge option, to lift that leg. You don't need to, you can just keep it right where it is. There go the barking dogs, my favorite. I don't mind dogs, I really don't, but I just try to breathe through the barking. Hold it. 3, 2, and 1. Good, lower that leg down, press yourself up. Bring that left knee in, extend the right. If you're using a block or anything, go ahead and put it on next to that leg. Take a moment to sit up nice and tall. Extend that right arm up. Left arm, sorry. I'm not doing very well at the mirror image this evening. And reach it over. Right hand is on the block. Only I weren't human, this would be so much easier. Good, take a breath into that side body. So again, notice as you're breathing into this side that's open, that's where the air is going. This side that's compressed, it's a lot more difficult. That's actually really good for your lungs to work both sides that way. Twisting and bending and breathing really increases our lung capacity. Good, press yourself back up. I'm just gonna turn again so you get a better angle. You can stay right where you are. We're gonna do a gentle back bend here. Everyone can back bend, but not everyone bends back to the floor, right? We can all learn to do this safely. We want to really contract our gluteal muscles. They're going to support our spine and really contract those really strong thigh muscles, your quadriceps. Okay, so squeeze those. Bring your hands to your hips. You can either wrap your fingers around or they can come up your back like this. It makes no difference. Do what's more comfortable for you. Pull your elbows towards one another so you're really opening your chest. And then with your hands, push your hips forward. Your hips always want to stay over your knees. Don't let them shift back here. Push, push, push. Open your chest towards the sky. Pull your shoulders together. Bring your gaze up to the ceiling. Squeezing your glutes, squeezing your quads. And just hold this for 3. Take a deep breath for 2. For 1. Bring yourself up. Keeping your knees together. Come down. And release into child's pose. Good, bring yourself up. So we have we've bent our spine backwards, we've bent it side, and we've twisted, all right? So we're getting the spine moving in all directions. Bring one leg in front of you, doesn't matter which. I've stepped my left foot forward. You can do your left foot forward if you'd like as well. Bring your hands to heart center. And now I want you to press forward. So you will notice your knee is tracking over your toes. And I'm always saying don't let your knee track over your toes. This is the only posture I can think of that your knee goes over your toes. And the reason is you're actually stretching your knee here, but there's no weight on it. So you're not putting pressure on it the way you would be if you were standing. Your hands could also be here on your thigh if that's more comfortable. You could also raise those arms up overhead if that works for you. So you're opening your right hip flexor here and you're lengthening the spine. Good, bring yourself back up. If your hands have moved, bring them back to heart center. You're gonna twist towards this left knee. That right elbow can go on top of the knee or it can come all the way and lock. Notice that these hands tend to float up towards the armpit. See if you can bring them to the center, and then you're twisting and looking up towards the ceiling. Taking a couple of breaths. Good, coming back, bringing both hands, step the back foot all the way forward and let yourself just hang over. Now we're rounding the spine forward again. Bend your knees and then straighten your legs. 2 more times. Bend your knees, straighten your legs. Last time, bend the knees, straighten the legs. Good, bend the knees, place the hands on the floor, bring the opposite leg back. So I've got my left knee back this time, right foot on the mat. Good, hands to heart center, or if you liked your hands here in your thigh, you could stay there and hinge forward. So we're opening up the hip flexor, which is a muscle that tends to get tight when we sit all day long. So if you think about it, your legs are normally in this position, right? And now we're opening that up. We're normally in that position when we sit. But sometimes people drop into that and drop their hips. It's still lifted. That string pulling the crown of your head is still lifting your spine, which is why if you want, you can think about opening those arms up, lengthening the spine, at the same time pressing forward, forward, forward. Good, bring yourself back up, bring the hands to heart center if you've moved them. You're going to bring the left knee or left elbow either to the thigh or lock it against the thigh. Keep the hands at heart center as you twist, looking up towards the ceiling. Taking a couple of breaths here. Good, release that, bring the hands to the mat, step that foot back, come down into child's pose. Breathe into the back body. Good, keep the hands reaching forward, curl the toes under you. We're gonna push up to downward facing dog. If any of you don't do down dog, if you are pregnant, I should have talked about pregnancy before, because we don't twist in pregnancy. Or if you just shouldn't be upside down because of blood pressure issues, you can always just stay in tabletop. Everybody else, push yourself up to your down dog. So your hands should be really outstretched in front of you. Shoulders are rolling away from the ears. Try not to lock your elbows. And then go ahead and bend one knee and bend the other knee, almost like you're jogging. So you're stretching that opposite hamstring. You're stretching the Achilles. A lot of us have really tight Achilles tendons, and it keeps our heels from actually being able to press all the way to the floor. So this is a good way to start stretching them. And then press both heels down towards the mat. So again, your heels might not make it to the mat, that's fine. But resist the temptation to float up onto the balls of your feet. Go ahead and let the energy be pressing down towards the earth. Shoulders are rolling away from the ears, palms are pressing into the mat. We're going to have a little fun. We're going to do a lion's breath here. So with a lion's breath, you open your mouth, you stick out your tongue, and you exhale through your mouth, and it almost makes a little bit of a growl. So you take an inhale through your nose, and let everything go. Inhale, I'll turn so you can see me. One more time, inhale. That should feel quite good. Walk your feet to your hands, letting your head hang down. Grab opposite elbows and just let your body go. A little bit of a bend in the knees, just whatever feels comfortable. If you want to sway, if you want to bounce, gently letting go of that spine. Release the arms, drop the hips pretty low. Back is really rounded here. And begin to really slowly roll up. We were just upside down for quite a while, so don't come up quickly. Roll up slowly, slowly, slowly. I am very prone to head brushes, so I have to be very careful. Good. All right. stay right where your arm is moving so you can see me better. Oh look, I haven't even chopped my head off. Good news. Inhale, extend the arms up. Let's do another side bend. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend to the other side. One more time, both sides. Inhale, exhale, side bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, side bend. Good, back to center. Bring those arms down by your side. Roll the shoulders forwards a couple of times. Roll the shoulders backwards a couple of times. Good. Okay, so mountain pose. Tadasana. Your feet are right under your hips. That's where we're most stable. All 10 toes making contact with the earth. Balls of the feet making contact with the earth. Heels of the feet. But see if you can lift the arches up. That's a really hard move to do, but just think about it. Soft, soft bend in our knees so they're never locked. Little bit of a bend. It's another good way to make yourself dizzy. Contracting our quadricep muscles, contracting our gluteal muscles. Lifting out of our hips. Draw that belly button towards the spine. It's like someone just tightens a little bit of a drawstring around your waist. Engage the abdominal muscles. And then like someone zips your rib cage together so your ribs are closing in towards one another. Roll the shoulders down away from your ears. Turn the palms out. That just helps to open your chest. And then notice your head. A lot of us will tend to stick our chins out. See if you can pull that chin back, creating a natural lengthening of your neck. And just pause here for a couple of breaths. Breathe in. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. All right, we're going to do just a couple of sun salutations. If you're not already there, come to the top of your mat. Take an inhale, extend the arms up. Press your palms together, exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Find a point to focus on out in front of you. Your drishti point should be right at eye level, something static. As you inhale, arms extend up, open the chest towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hinge forward, releasing. Good. As you inhale, slide the hands up the shins, bringing your back parallel to the floor. As you exhale, release, bend the knees, hands find the mat. As you inhale, right foot steps back, holding here in your long lunge. Left knee over left ankle. Pushing the right heel away. Keeping the right hand in the mat, turning to the left, and extending that left arm, gazing up to the ceiling. If you're stable and you'd like to, you can make a couple of big circles, working that shoulder joint. Good, place the hand down to the mat. We're gonna go to that same crescent lunge we did earlier, so releasing that right knee on the mat, hinging forward, opening towards the ceiling on the inhale. Hands find the mat on the exhale. Pressing up and back to bring that left knee back, and then coming down to knees. Again, I'll be doing the modified version. Those of you who do chaturanga from your toes, that's totally fine. Lowering all the way down to the mat. Chest hits the floor first, then your hips hit as your chest lifts up, coming to your cobra. Elbows are by your side, shoulders are down and back. Curling your toes under, pushing yourself up, downward facing dog. You can also come to tabletop. If you're in down dog, extend that right leg straight up behind you. Good, swing that right leg all the way forward, bring the left leg to meet it, forward fold, and then rising all the way up on the inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, inhale, extending up. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale, flat back lifts. Exhale, hands to the mat, this time stepping the left foot back, runner's lunge. So this again is really important that your knee is over your ankle. If your foot's back here, you need to scooch it forward. Because now we're actually bearing some weight on that leg, right? Bring your left hand into the mat, turning to the right. Extend that right arm up, push away with the left heel. And make a couple of big circles with that arm. Placing that right hand in the mat. Release the left knee onto the mat. Rising up on your inhale into that crescent lunge. Now pressing forward, your knee might track out over toes. Exhale, hands find the mat. Pressing up to bring that right knee back and then coming down to knees. Lowering down, chest finds the floor first. Try not to snake down with your low back. Inhale, up to your cobra. Exhale, curl your toes under, pressing back. Down dog, shoulders rolling away from the ears. Careful not to hyperextend your elbows, a little bit of a micro bend. And then extend that left leg straight up and back. Good, bring the left foot all the way forward. Bring the right foot forward to meet it, forward fold. Rise all the way up on the inhale. And on the exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good, just checking my time. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Bending the knees, stepping the right foot back. This time turning and opening to the side. Extend the right arm up. Good, replace the right hand down, place the right knee on the mat. This time we're gonna rise up and now let the right arm drop back as the left arm lifts up and we hinge forward. So it's similar to the crescent pose, but with a twist. Good, place both hands on the mat. Step that left foot back, finding that modified plank. Lower down slowly, chest, chin, and hips. Inhale up to cobra, chest lifts. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. This time extend the right leg up and then open to the left. So your right foot drops towards the left side. Your right hip stacks on your left hip. So this is another one that opens up the hip flexor. You should be feeling this on the right hand side. Good, bring it back to center. Bring that right foot all the way forward, plant it down, and rise up into a high lunge. Hands at heart center. So for this, our feet are both pointing forward, all toes pointing forward. Right knee bent as much as 90 degrees, but not past it. And hold. Good, we're going to come to a balancing pose from here. So come up, you're going to balance on your right foot. I'm just going to turn towards you. And bring your left foot to your calf in Prakasana. Try not to put your foot on your knee. If you want to go above your knee to your thigh, you can. Hold here. Good, place that foot down. Other side, inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, release. This time stepping that left foot back. Right knee over right ankle. Right hand stays in the mat. As we open our body to the left, left arm extends. Again, check that that knee is over your toe. Your ankle, not over your toes. Good, release that down. Release the back knee down. Inhale up to that crescent lunge. This time let the left arm drop behind, reaching the right arm up. I almost fell over, did you see that? Hard, looking at the camera, talking, breathing. There's a lot going on here. Bring the hands down to the mat. Step the right foot back on your knees, lowering all the way down, chest, chin, and hips. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. This time extending that left leg up, bend the left knee, drop your foot towards the right. Stacking left foot on top and left hip on top of right. Good, swing that leg all the way forward, planting it down, rising up into your high crescent lunge, hands at heart. So really push through that right heel, trying to lengthen that leg. Nice deep bend in the front leg. Working our glutes, working our thighs, but again, see that you can see your toes. If you're coming forward, this is where you really hurt your knee. I don't want you hurting your knee. So if you're with someone else, have them look at you, look in a mirror, or just look. As long as you can see your toes, you're fine. Step the right foot forward and find tree pose on this side. So that right foot comes to the right shin, to the ankle. You can always hold onto a wall anytime we're balancing. Good, step that foot down. We're going to come into chair. You can leave your hands right here where they are, at your heart. Bending your knees, push your hips back. Once again, see if you can keep your knees over your ankles. They will go a little bit forward here, but I don't want you sitting way forward. That puts a lot of pressure on your knees. See if you can keep your chest lifted. Pull your belly button towards your spine. This is an incredibly hard posture. I call this beginner yoga and I'm making you do this really hard posture. But it's an important posture and I want you to work on it. Just don't worry about going too deep. Go ahead and stand up. We're going to do a couple squats here. The squats are just really good for us. So it's basically going into that same posture, that chair posture, but we're going to use our arms too just to help us. As you inhale, squat down, arms lift up. As you exhale, press up to stand. Good. Inhale, so you're sitting down and back. Exhale. In fact, if you lift your toes up, you should be able to wiggle your toes because your weight should always be in your heels. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to stand. Inhale. Exhale to stand. This time inhale, stay down in that squat. Mighty pose, chair pose, Utkatasana. I read an article recently about during all this social isolation and COVID, and they were saying that squats are something anybody can do and they should do them every single day because they're super, super important. All right. Do whatever you want with your hands for balance. If you prefer them at heart center, that's fine. If you want to leave them lifted, that's fine. We're going to step our left foot back and find warrior. So that back foot is at an angle, warrior one, and our hips are forward. So hands can live here at our heart, or they can extend, you decide. So your front knee is bent, but work to keep your hips forward. So for me, it means not a super deep bend in my right knee. Wherever your hands are, bring them behind your back. You clasp them behind your back. Take an inhale as you open up towards the sky. And we're going to bow forward into humble warrior. So we bend forward, and our both arms. I lost my words tonight. Stretch overhead. Good. Pull yourself back up. Transitioning this to warrior two. So your hips open out, that back hip pulls away, the front knee is over the front ankle, arms extend, gaze is forward. Watch that your shoulders aren't creeping up by your ears, press them down. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. It's like a really active movement there. Your arms are not passive here. Good, we're going to cartwheel this down to the floor. Step the right foot back, coming to knees, and we're going to do 3 push-ups here. So hands are right under shoulders, knees are back away from our hips. Again, those of you who do full push-ups, that's fine. You're going to lower your chest towards the floor, it won't make it to the floor, and exhale, press back up. And 2, and 1. Good, this time lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, slide your hands out in front of you, coming up into Sphinx. So you're on your forearms. Gluteals are slightly contracted to protect your low back. Just stretching our back here. Hang out. Breathe. Good, release that down. Bring your hands right under shoulders, curl your toes under, see if you can push all the way up and back, downward facing dog, heels towards the mat. Swing the right leg up. Bring it forward, followed by the left. Forward fold. Bend your knees and rise up into chair posture. Utkatasana. It's much more fun to say than to do. Again, pick your hand position. Hands can be at heart center if you want. It's kind of good for stability. And we're going to step back into warrior one on this side. So once again, left knee is bent. Knee over ankle. Pull the right hip forward. So you're trying to square your hips forward. So your back foot is at an angle, right? It's not perpendicular, but it's not parallel to the front foot either. It's at like a 45-degree angle to the front foot. If you want, you could extend those arms up. Think about pushing into the pinky toe of that back foot. Good, opening out, Virabhadrasana 2. I always have to scooch my foot back. Press that knee so it stays over the ankle. So this is what I'm talking about in our back. So we could be here, right? Dirty Dancing spaghetti arms. Or we could be up here, which is like super tense. I want fingers shooting away from each other, shoulders away from the ears, but also pulling the shoulder blades together. That activates those muscles. You build back strength. Good, cartwheel that hand down to the mat. Step that foot back, coming to your knees. This time we're going to do more chest push-ups, so bring your hands out wide, about mat's distance, and even turn your hands in a little bit. This time your elbows will flare out by the side, which I always tell you not to do, but this is a different exercise. So you're going to lower down. Don't let your elbows go past 90. Exhale, press back up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press back up. Last time. Good, bring those hands back. Curl your toes under, push yourself up and back. Down dog. Left leg swings up, swings forward. Step the right foot up, coming back into your chair posture. Hands at heart center. Good, take an inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, just hang over. Let your head go. Bend your knees so you can grab your big toes. Let your head go and see if you can straighten your legs. And stay there. Good, release the toes. Bring the hands to the mat. Step one knee back. Step the other knee back. Once again, lower all the way down onto the mat. Bring your hands right on top of one another, right in front of you. Let your head rest on top of your hands. Inhale, lift your head and your chest up. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. Bring the hands by your shoulders, push yourself up and back. Just stretch for a breath or two in child's pose. Let the back release. Good. Bring yourself up to a sit. Spin those legs around. Hold on to the backs of your thighs. Roll yourself all the way down. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, pushing that right knee away. Opening up the hip. And then lift your left leg, grab hold behind your leg, pulling that in towards your body. Place that left foot down, cross the right leg all the way over it. Shift your hips towards the right, so you're on your left hip, and then let your knees drop to your left. Cactus your arms, and turn your head and look over your right shoulder. Take a couple of deep breaths into this twist. Good, roll yourself back to center. Even yourself on your mat because you're twisted. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh and just press that knee away for a moment. amazing the traction you get with that ankle across the thigh, the left knee pressing away. Draw the right knee to the chest and push the left thigh away. Good, push up, place the right foot on the floor, cross the left leg over, shift the hips to the left, right hip is on the mat, let the knees drop to the right, cactus the arms, turn your head and look over your left shoulder. Good, bring yourself back up, recenter yourself, sit on top of your hands, extend your legs straight up from your hips, flexing your feet really hard, really try to get your legs as straight as possible. Inhale, lower the right leg all the way down, almost to the floor, not quite. Exhale, pull that leg back up. Inhale, left leg. So you're really pushing through the heel. We're stretching our hamstring here. Exhale, pull back up. We're also working our core. Inhale, right leg pushes away. Exhale, come back up. Try not to arch your low back. Don't go any further than you can go, keeping that low back pressed in the mat. Exhale. Last time right. Inhale, press it away. Exhale, pull it back up. Last time left. Inhale, press it away. Exhale up. We're also getting an inversion here. Bending the knees, coming to happy baby. Reaching the hands in between the legs, grabbing hold of ankles or feet. So try not to lift your butt off the floor. Try to keep the low back on the mat. Pull the knees towards the armpits. And if it feels good to rock, you can. Good, release out of that. Stretch your legs down below you. Reach your arms up overhead. Take a deep inhale. Just open your mouth and let it go. Again, inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. Bring your arms down by your side, palms facing up. Let your feet just kind of drop open, separating your legs so your legs aren't touching. Let your shoulders come back into the mat, palms up, chin towards chest, closing your eyes. And just allow yourself to breathe. Inhale through the nose. Deeply feeling the ribs rise, the chest rise, the abdomen rise. Exhaling through the nose. Feeling everything fall. Inhale, imagine breathing in relaxation as well as energy. As you exhale, imagine letting go of any tension you're holding, be that physical in your muscles or stress from your day held in your mind. Inhale, exhale. And just give yourself a few moments here. Enjoy the relaxation. Bring your attention back to your body. Begin to reawaken your muscles, wiggling fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles. Let your head roll from side to side. Draw your knees towards your chest and roll to your right. curling over for a moment in the fetal position, letting your head rest on an extended right arm. And just pause here for a moment, thanking yourself for practicing this evening. And then when you're ready, press yourself up, coming to the same position we began with those legs in any seated position. Keeping your eyes closed, sitting up tall. Just pausing for a moment, watching your breath. Noticing any changes in your body from earlier, from an hour ago. Any changes in your state of mind. And if there's none, that's okay too. It's not a judgment, just an observation. Inhale, extend the arms out and up. Press your palms together. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center. Om Shanti Om. Namaste.